error occurred.
Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my peoples, man, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community. Everyone, make sure you hit the like button on your way in, the like button on your way out. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. You know we get into everything over here, all the United news. We don't miss a thing. Obviously, the boy Ben Jacobs has come out and spoke. I told you, look, I'm going to have the video in the morning. The Sesko thing's looking mad likely now. This geezer saying he favours United. Newcastle are just getting rejected left, right, and centre. Oh, you just see how it gets. But, bro, we're going to get into it anyway. I'm going to play up the video as I always do. Ben Jacobs is chatting, and then we're going to get into it. There's more things that's come out this morning, Chris Wheeler, etc. as well. So don't watch nothing. We'll get into everything, basically. So make sure you all smash the likes, man, and then we'll get into it all. Don't worry. Let me play this video for you lot. Ben Jacobs on the United.
In an excellent form, he's liked by his teammates and will work well, for example, if they bring in Benjamin Sesko, and also is playing extremely well with Joshua Zirkzee. And actually, there's even a feeling from Cunha, from Mbeumo, and from other senior Manchester United players that Anthony is a good fit in this system, even though the expectation is still that the player wants to drive a move away. So they're learning as they go. I don't know exactly when they'll partner each other or play with each other. What's interesting, I'm told, is that in training, Cunha's actually been pushed and used as a number 9. Surely, as we go towards the end of the window and a 9 comes in, that will change. But Cunha's been the more versatile one so far. If you look at his sort of Wolves role, he could go out on the left-hand side. He could play as a second striker. He could be as a 10, which is the position he's been signed as. And that's why he's ultimately taken the burden of that shirt and off Marcus Rashford. But in training, I'm told, he's actually been pushed into a more advanced position regularly. So I, like you, am fascinated to know when they'll play together, how they'll play together, how they, plus Bruno Fernandes, will all work and get the freedom that they desire. But it's a welcome headache, clearly, for Ruben Amorim to have.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, let's get straight into the striker conversation. Sesko, I mean, there's loads of conversation about whether United are going to be putting in a bid or whether Newcastle are going to be putting in a bid. What are the updates on Benjamin Sesko at Manchester United?
Yeah, a story I broke exclusively yesterday that Manchester United had started formal, which is the key word, talks with Leipzig over Benjamin Sesko. So they had 3 on the list. Nicholas Jackson ruled out, as I broke a few weeks ago, mostly due to cost and also the fact that from Manchester United's point of view, they maybe feel signing a younger striker like Benjamin Sesko has a higher ceiling and better value, or going the other extreme and very much proven Premier League experience in Ollie Watkins. And I think they went to Villa first to understand the Watkins situation, and because Ruben Amorim, as with Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo, was pushing Premier League experience. Then there was a healthy debate in the club, which is what you want from your recruitment team. If they all agree, you get nowhere. So it's not a case of Amorim being overridden. It's a case of freedom to challenge, and then everyone comes to a united front. And now I'm told within Manchester United, there's 2 crucial factors here. The first is the fact they think they've got enough of that proven Premier League experience and goal scorers in Cunha and Mbeumo, so they can go a little bit younger. And the second is that this interest in Sesko is long-standing. It dates back a year when they pitched to Sesko along with Chelsea and also Arsenal, but he decided to stay at Leipzig. And at that point, Manchester United were all in, and not a lot has changed other than the fact that someone else to go all in Christopher Vivell, who's ex-Red Bull, is now driving this. Manchester United realised that this week was big in the search for a striker because they held off Sesko or got dragged into long-running and maybe unsuccessful talks for Ollie Watkins. They might potentially have a scenario where Sesko just said, I'm going to join Newcastle, go and play Champions League football. So there was urgency. In the same way, really, that Mbeumo in that third bid went in higher and very quickly because there was a realisation that Newcastle were pushing for Yohan Wissa. And once one of Mbeumo or Wissa left, the other one was always going to be a bit harder to get out the door. So Manchester United realised this is the time to move for Benjamin Sesko, because if not, Newcastle may push and agree something. And now my understanding from a Manchester United point of view is very positive. I would term Manchester United the favourites for Benjamin Sesko, simply because the player at the moment prefers Manchester United to Newcastle, even without Champions League football. He hasn't gone all in as to reject Newcastle, because there may be a situation where Newcastle, if they are foreseeing Alexander Isak money, go big and try and agree something quickly on the Leipzig side. If Manchester United can't match that, I don't think Sesko would categorically reject Newcastle, but I think the player now is waiting for Manchester United. And my understanding is that Matt Hargreaves went to Germany a few days ago, and it was made clear to the Sesko side that he is now their top priority. So there's two different tactics at play as of now, and of course it could move very quickly. Tactic number one, Manchester United go to the player side, get buy-in, and then hope that the price drops. At the moment, that's 75 million euros plus add-ons, taking the deal well over 80 million euros. The upside of that is you get player buy-in and time is running out on the window. The downside of that is Arsenal tried this, and Sesko wanted that move originally, and Leipzig didn't drop their price. Newcastle's tactic is the opposite. They want to go to Leipzig first, and they would be prepared to meet the valuation in the hope that maybe Manchester United back off. Now, whether that's grandstanding and optics or the bid happens will give you a clear indication of whether Newcastle United think Sesko is just going to wait for Manchester United or they have a realistic chance. But my understanding is that Manchester United have entered this race with purpose, with intent, with financial means, and they believe that Benjamin Sesko wants to join Manchester United over Newcastle. So now I feel there's a realistic chance that this deal gets done.
I mean, you spoke about how Sesko prefers Man United. What are the reasons because of that? Is it because of the conversations that they had together? Is it a case of he spoke to Amorim, or Amorim's had put across his project? Or is it just a case of he wants to go to the bigger club?
Well, I think there's no big and small, because big in terms of next season is Champions League for Newcastle, not for Manchester United. Big in terms of brand is Manchester United over Newcastle. But we should be respectful to both clubs. Newcastle United's got a fantastic fan base and culture and stadium. They've got richer owners on paper than Manchester United. Their long-term project is all about breaking consistently into the Champions League and winning all the major trophies. So if you had a time machine and flash forwards 5 years, who knows where Newcastle will be? And Sesko is young. So Newcastle are very much pitching long-term project. Manchester United is always going to be a big club. And when a club like Manchester United come calling, players' heads tend to be turned. I think the decisive factor in this might actually be the legwork a year ago, because 12 months ago, Manchester United presented a formal pitch to Sesko. So that's not been forgotten. He's aware of all the little nuances of the club and their long-term plans. Even though things have changed, even though Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vivell are now running the show, there's that history there. Whereas Newcastle have kept in contact with Sesko, but they never got to the point, as far as I'm aware, of meeting him face-to-face and making a formal pitch. So Manchester United have done a lot of the legwork, and that's a factor. The other thing I think is just fit too, because Sesko will realise in this system, under this manager, playing alongside new signings like Mbeumo and Cunha, and also Bruno Fernandes, of course, he's going to get fed, and he's going to be able to drop a bit deeper and get into the pockets and lay things on for other people. So tactically, he feels a very good fit. And what I can tell you is that Sesko has been in contact with more than one Manchester United player already, and there are several within the Manchester United squad that think he would be perfect in this system as well. So there's a fair amount of excitement within the Manchester United dressing room about the potential arrival of Benjamin Sesko. But once again, because things will get taken out of context as ever on social media, no doubt it's trending already. Ben Jacobs says that Benjamin Sesko prefers Manchester United to Newcastle, but we can't rule Newcastle out just yet because of that point that I made before, which is they could go to Leipzig if they are intent on selling Isak to Liverpool and ultimately meet their valuation. And then Manchester United would likely have to match that valuation. Otherwise, you could get a situation where there's a club-to-club agreement with one club and there's a player agreement with another. And that suddenly makes the whole saga a whole lot more complicated. With Leipzig over Benjamin Sesko. So they had 3 on the list. Nicholas Jackson ruled out, as I broke a few weeks ago, mostly due to cost and also the fact that from Manchester United's point of view, they maybe feel signing a younger striker like Benjamin Sesko has a higher ceiling and better value, or going the other extreme and very much proven Premier League experience in Ollie Watkins. And I think they went to Villa first to understand the Watkins situation, and because Ruben Amorim, as with Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo, was pushing Premier League experience. Then there was a healthy debate in the club, which is what you want from your recruitment team. If they all agree, you get nowhere. So it's not a case of Amorim being overridden. It's a case of freedom to challenge, and then everyone comes to a united front. And now I'm told within Manchester United, there's two crucial factors here. The first is the fact they think they've got enough of that proven Premier League experience and goal scorers in Cunha and Mbeumo, so they can go a little bit younger. And the second is that this interest in Sesko is long-standing. It dates back a year when they pitched to Sesko along with Chelsea and also Arsenal, but he decided to stay at Leipzig. And at that point, Manchester United were all in, and not a lot has changed other than the fact that someone else to go all in Christopher Vivell, who's ex-Red Bull, is now driving this. Manchester United realised that this week was big in the search for a striker because they held off Sesko or got dragged into long-running and maybe unsuccessful talks for Ollie Watkins. They might potentially have a scenario where Sesko just said, I'm going to join Newcastle, go and play Champions League football. So there was urgency. In the same way, really, that Mbeumo in that third bid went in higher and very quickly because there was a realisation that Newcastle were pushing for Yohan Wissa. And once one of Mbeumo or Wissa left, the other one was always going to be a bit harder to get out the door. So Manchester United realised this is the time to move for Benjamin Sesko, because if not, Newcastle may push and agree something. And now my understanding from a Manchester United point of view is very positive. I would term Manchester United the favourites for Benjamin Sesko, simply because the player at the moment prefers Manchester United to Newcastle, even without Champions League football. He hasn't gone all in as to reject Newcastle, because there may be a situation where Newcastle, if they are foreseeing Alexander Isak money, go big and try and agree something quickly on the Leipzig side. If Manchester United can't match that, I don't think Sesko would categorically reject Newcastle, but I think the player now is waiting for Manchester United. And my understanding is that Matt Hargreaves went to Germany a few days ago, and it was made clear to the Sesko side that he is now their top priority. So there's two different tactics at play as of now, and of course it could move very quickly. Tactic number one, Manchester United go to the player side, get buy-in, and then hope that the price drops. At the moment, that's 75 million euros plus add-ons, taking the deal well over 80 million euros. The upside of that is you get player buy-in and time is running out on the window. The downside of that is Arsenal tried this and Sesko wanted that move originally and Leipzig didn't drop their price. Newcastle's tactic is the opposite. They want to go to Leipzig first, and they would be prepared to meet the valuation in the hope that maybe Manchester United back off. Now, whether that's grandstanding and optics or the bid happens will give you a clear indication of whether Newcastle United think Sesko is just going to wait for Manchester United or they have a realistic chance. But my understanding is that Manchester United have entered this race with purpose, with intent, with financial means, and they believe that Benjamin Sesko wants to join Manchester United over Newcastle. So now I feel there's a realistic chance that this deal gets done.
I mean, you spoke about how Sesko prefers Man United. What are the reasons because of that? Is it because of the conversations that they had together? Is it a case of he spoke to Amorim, or Amorim's had put across his project? Or is it just a case of he wants to go to the bigger club?
Well, I think there's no big and small, because big in terms of next season is Champions League for Newcastle, not for Manchester United. Big in terms of brand is Manchester United over Newcastle. But we should be respectful to both clubs. Newcastle United's got a fantastic fan base and culture and stadium. They've got richer owners on paper than Manchester United. Their long-term project is all about breaking consistently into the Champions League and winning all the major trophies. So if you had a time machine and flash forwards 5 years, who knows where Newcastle will be? And Sesko is young. So Newcastle are very much pitching long-term project. Manchester United is always going to be a big club. And when a club like Manchester United come calling, players' heads tend to be turned. I think the decisive factor in this might actually be the legwork a year ago, because 12 months ago, Manchester United presented a formal pitch to Sesko, So that's not been forgotten. He's aware of all the little nuances of the club and their long-term plans, even though things have changed, even though Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vivell are now running the show, there's that history there. Whereas Newcastle have kept in contact with Sesko, but they never got to the point, as far as I'm aware, of meeting him face-to-face and making a formal pitch. So Manchester United have done a lot of the legwork, and that's a factor. The other thing I think is just fit too, because Sesko will realise in this system, under this manager, playing alongside new signings like Mbeumo and Cunha and also Bruno Fernandes, of course, he's going to get fed and he's going to be able to drop a bit deeper and get into the pockets and lay things on for other people. So tactically, he feels a very good fit. And what I can tell you is that Sesko has been in contact with more than one Manchester United player already, and there are several within the Manchester United squad that think he would be perfect in this system as well. So there's a fair amount of excitement within the Manchester United dressing room about the potential arrival of Benjamin Sesko. But once again, because things will get taken out of context as ever on social media, no doubt it's trending already. Ben Jacobs says that Benjamin Sesko prefers Manchester United to Newcastle, but we can't rule Newcastle out just yet because of that point that I made before, which is they could go to Leipzig if they are intent on selling Isak to Liverpool and ultimately meet their valuation. And then Manchester United would likely have to match that valuation. Otherwise, you could get a situation where there's a club-to-club agreement with one club and there's a player agreement with another. And that suddenly makes the whole saga a whole lot more complicated.
And for United, what would be the absolute best case scenario in terms of price, in terms of how long it would take, in terms of, like, for example, before the pre-season ends or before the first game of the season? What is the best case scenario for Man United in terms of strikers?
Yeah, the best case scenario is, of course, you get that player in for the first game of the Premier League season. The worst case scenario is you get them by the end of the window. Luckily, we're at a point now where things can't really drag on. The Mbeumo situation was bid 3 weeks, another bid 2 weeks, a final bid, deal done. Can't have that kind of saga because we've basically only got 4 and a bit weeks left of the window. So best case scenario, you make your bids for Sesko in the coming days. It happens quickly. It's in everyone's interests, including Leipzig's, because they've not got any European football. They need a big sale. So one of Xavi Simons or Benjamin Sesko is a player that Leipzig want to sell sooner rather than later. So quick equals now, and then suddenly you can start to factor him in for that opening game of the season. Slow if it drags out or there's a twist for either club, might be towards the end of the window. But there's not much difference really because there's only 4 and a bit weeks left of the window. So I don't think anyone's putting a time scale on it yet. And then in terms of the valuation, there has been some suggestions out there that if Benjamin Sesko goes to Leipzig and says, I want to join this club, I've got my heart set on it, the price will drop. But that's not my understanding because Benjamin Sesko was all in earlier in the window on Arsenal when Andrea Berta was simultaneously negotiating for Sesko and Victor Gyökeres. He started following Arsenal. Everyone knew that Benjamin Sesko, in the early part of the window, wanted to be an Arsenal striker. And yet, when Arsenal went to Leipzig, they said this deal is still 80 million euros or more. And the Sesko side were really disappointed by that. So I'm not so sure that Leipzig are going to drop the price too significantly. Could 75 million euros, which is the quoted price to clubs plus add-ons, end up being 70 million euros, 10 million in add-ons? Very possibly. Could it be a fraction under 80 million euros? Potentially, if there's a healthy sell-on clause. But this is basically a deal, all in, if you include add-ons. At the lower end, 75 to 80 million euros. At the higher end, 80 to 85 million euros. And I think whoever wants Benjamin Sesko isn't going to get that much of a discount. So Manchester United with player buy-in may come in lower, around, as I reported yesterday, a starting number of 70 million euros. But as with Mbeumo, it wouldn't surprise me if they want to get this deal done quickly, if they just have to pay what it takes. And I have no indication that they won't, because like I said before, right now, Manchester United are all in on Sesko. And sources I speak to at Newcastle are relatively pessimistic about their chances of landing Sesko.
I mean, you said United are all in, and I'm assuming that kind of comes back to the price and how much they can afford to put out for him. Now, when it comes to outgoings, how important?
So yeah, man, that's a video from UnitedStand yesterday. I just broke down the main bit about Sesko. I thought I'll bring it here to show you lot Everyone hit the likes, my people. Subscribe if you're new. We do this every day. Ben Jacobs came out and spoke and said the same thing. We're favourites to sign Sesko. Sesko wants to come to United. Just like everybody else has came out and said the same thing. We're more or less favourites. Benjamin Sesko is not convinced about a move to Newcastle United. He's not convinced. Newcastle United are looking at alternatives now. They've had enough. They've said this is long. They're looking at Strand Larsen. They're looking at Muniz. They're looking at other people. They've gave up already. So, yeah, that video, you don't want to go watch it, go to UnitedStand. But this is what he said. And just to break it down a bit more, in case you missed the main bits, he said Watkins is still an option. Watkins is not fully out. If Sesko backfires or it goes left, we will still go for Watkins. But Sesko wants to sign for us. We are the favourites now to sign Sesko because he wants us. Newcastle put an offer on the table a week ago. He's still waiting. So this is what's going on. If Newcastle and United both agree a deal with Leipzig, so if we both match the same bid, let's just say that it's 70 million and we both bid 70 million at the same time, Sesko will pick Man United. That's what he's going to do. And as you can see from Sportbound, Nicholas43, he goes, Benjamin Sesko is not convinced about a move to Newcastle United. He's not convinced. He doesn't trust them. Man United will probably need to sell players first before they can offer a blah, blah, blah. But we don't need to sell players. It's been said by reliable people now that we don't ever need to sell players. We've got some money, some trust fund baby money under the mattress. So yeah, we're the favourites to sign Sesko. The boy Ben Jacobs has come out and said, don't rule out Watkins and don't rule out Newcastle. They keep covering their backs. They keep just saying, Newcastle, don't rule them out because they're still doing things. Like they're still in it. It's not done yet. So let's not get too giddy where it's like, we've got him already, but we're favourites. And as I've been showing you, look, it's been coming out for ages that we want a thing. The bid looks like it's imminent now. Fabrizio came out last night and said, Man United have informed Leipzig they are ready to send a formal bid for Benjamin Sesko. If player accepts the destination, Newcastle also ready to bid since last week. So Newcastle already told him last week, we're going to bid for you, bro. Just let us know you want to come. Because they've been getting rejected left, right, and centre. They have to get the okay from them. We've told them yesterday, and Sesko's still waiting. So obviously Sesko, he's not really convinced by them. Because last week, and remember guys, Newcastle are ready to pay him whatever he wants. Anything that he wants, he can get at Newcastle. Anything that his agent wants, he can get at Newcastle, the money-wise. And anything Leipzig wants, they can get there as well. So that's the situation with Sesko. Like I said, it's been coming up for ages. This is the tier 1 Newcastle journalist, Craig Hope. He's tier 1 when it comes to Newcastle. And he said, Newcastle's top striker target, Benjamin Sesko, prefers a move to Manchester United. The Magpies are now looking at Strand Larsen and Ollie Watkins. They've changed their whole targets. They've gave up. Strand Larsen and Ollie Watkins. And if Isaac leaves, it's Watkins and Wissa in. So they've changed their whole thing. And we've seen that they're looking at Muniz from Fulham as well. They've gave up already. They're already saying, yo, it's not going to happen. Look at the date. The date's at the bottom, guys. Yesterday's news. Strand Larsen is their number 1 target now. Him and Ollie Watkins. They've gave up on Sesko. So obviously they're still in it because they're offering a lot of money, but they're still in it. And what, Fabrizio done a video yesterday as well, yeah? Last night about this. Yeah, so I might get that video in the next second, play that as well, see what he's saying. He might say something new. He might just say what he always says and goes to think. But that's the main thing, man. They've changed their target more or less, as you can see. Their target, Strand Larsen and Ollie Watkins, or Wissa and Watkins. So they want that. I see something about Nicholas Jackson the other day as well. They want Nicholas Jackson. They're in for Muniz. So we're going to see what's going on. But like I said to you, it's been coming out for ages now. Before it's even hit the UK media, it's been coming out that, listen, this guy favours Manchester United over Newcastle. It's been said from ages ago. We've had the Leipzig journalist come out and say it. We had Jan, who's a good journalist. He came out and said it. So it's being said by a lot of journalists about this. Let me show you one more article about this Sesko stuff, because we've been linked with him and he's been wanting us for ages. So that's obviously the hold up with the whole Newcastle thing. But so yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens. But look, this is before. Look at the dates, guys. You don't always got to remember something. Every article I got has got dates at the bottom, and you can go on Twitter and look at these dates if you want. Man United and Newcastle have registered their interest in Benjamin Sesko. No negotiations yet. This was on the 27th of July. It's the 1st of August today, guys. That's about 4 days ago. Benjamin Sesko would rather move to Man United than Newcastle 4 days ago, before we've even gone to Leipzig and said anything. This is the Leipzig journalist telling us that 4 days ago. If Sesko could choose freely, he would clearly move to Manchester. Despite not playing the Champions League, Man United still carry immense prestige. A transfer could also offer Sesko a fresh start at the club. This is what happened 4 days ago. And then, like I said to you, it's been coming out slowly but slowly. He wants United. He wants United. Ben Jacobs just said it. For those that just came in. No, sorry, let me go backwards. The Target said it yesterday. The journalist for Newcastle, #1 journalist for Newcastle, Craig Hope, #1. Newcastle's top striker target, Benjamin Sesko, prefers a move to Manchester United. Yeah? And they've changed their whole striker thing. They're going for Strand Larson now. They're going for Ollie Watkins. #1 target, you know. #1 journalist, Craig Hope. Oh, shit. I didn't even look at that one. Look at the last one as well. Sky Sports said it as well. Sky Sports said it. Craig Hope said it. And then we just keep going left. Every time we go left, someone else is saying it. Fabrizio saying he's very excited about joining Man United. Fabrizio's moving like he's already joined. Fabrizio's moving like he's already joined. He's excited and open about joining Man United, even about Champions League football. And then he said, we're ready to bid. So the bid is imminent, mate. If we've told Leipzig we're ready to bid and Newcastle said they're ready to bid last week, this bid is imminent. All we're waiting for is Sesko to say, listen, I really want to come. But Fabrizio's already telling us that, though. From the middle article, he's saying Sesko is very excited about joining Man United. So, of course, he wants to come. I don't know what's going on, man. Hit the likes, my peoples, man. We've got 200 people in there. Hit the likes, my brothers and sisters. Yeah? Come on, man. Subscribe if you're new. We do this every day. And this is the main thing about Ben Jacobs, man. He's just break down the video. If you saw it, if you missed the video, go back on yourself. You can see it. He says, we're favourites to sign Sesko. There's a realistic chance that the deal gets done. If United and Newcastle both match the deal, both match what Leipzig wants. So if Leipzig wants 70 million and we both match it, Benjamin Sesko will pick Manchester United. I don't even think he knows what Newcastle is until the last 6 months, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just gone darker, darker and darker for Newcastle. They've been getting rejected left, right and centre. I keep showing you the article. We need to reject see that rejection FC article. We need to update it because it's getting lengthy. And I saw on Twitter there was way more names that wasn't even interested in this. It weren't even putting this inserted into this. Where's the rejection FC? Let me show you. Look, Newcastle. It's been dark for them. I was feeling sorry for them at one stage. I'll be real. Now it's like it just is what it is, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this for Newcastle, how dark it's been for them, man. It's been very dark for them. Champions League, you know, and it doesn't mean nothing. And we can still add Sesko to this. We can still add Wissa if that don't go through. We can still add, there's another geezer they missed out on, Garcia, the Barcelona keeper. He went to Barcelona. There's so much situations. But yeah, Fabrizio just put a video last night and he was talking about it as well. I'm just going to get the video for you lot and then bam, we'll watch that. That's like 1 minute, that video there. And then we get into that as well. But yeah, this is what's going on. Chris Wheeler's obviously come out and said some stuff as well. Some stuff's come out this morning. So I'm going to share my screen with you lot in a minute as well. But the main thing is Ben Jacobs. He's basically saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing, bro. The only person that's not saying it too much is Fabrizio. I don't know what he said in this video, though. He might have said it in the video, but this is the only guy that's not really saying we're favourites or realistic chance or if we match. He's letting us know, Ben Jacobs, like it's going to be that. Okay, I just got the Fabrizio video now, yeah? So let's see what he's saying. It's only like 1 minute anyway. Let's see what Fabrizio's saying then about this situation. This is the last time Fabrizio spoke about this situation. So this is after he said we're going to bid soon. So he said we're going to bid, and then he put this out. Yeah, so let's see what Fabrizio was saying last night after he said we're about to bid.
Just to add to the past video I did, Manchester United, in the recent hours, today, with their directors, made direct contact with Red Bull Leipzig to inform them that they are prepared to bid for Benjamin Sesko. So they want to bid for Benjamin Sesko, but they will only do it if they have encouragement from the player about, okay, I want to join you. Now it's on Sesko to decide. Newcastle are ready to pay, Man United are ready to bid. Newcastle are ready to match whatever is needed with Leipzig and with the player. Man United are ready to bid and to start a negotiation with Leipzig, which is different. But this move from Man United is also part of the strategy to show also to the player that they are serious, that they are ready to make business for Benjamin Sesko, also on club side. And they can really do it. So Man United are showing to the player how ready they are by contacting Leipzig and telling them, okay, if the player wants to come, we are ready to bid. So now the story enters into important stages. It's going to be on Sesko to decide what he wants to do, Newcastle or Manchester United. But for sure, we enter into the days of the discussion between Sesko, his agent, and his family about the future. I told you, was not yesterday, was not 2 days ago, but from now on, Sesko will start seriously deciding what he wants to do. That, guys, important to mention something on three more stories actually. One is about Gigi Donnarumma, because Gigi Donnarumma, I'm receiving many messages, guys, on Manchester United. What I'm told is that as of today, end of July, start of August, there are no negotiations between PSG, Man United and Donnarumma. Then, if this story will change, I will let you know, because we know Man United are looking for a goalkeeper. The Donnarumma situation at PSG is special, because PSG are working on a deal to sign Lucas Chevalier, the goalkeeper from Lille. The negotiation is very advanced. So, if PSG signs Chevalier, of course, could be an interesting situation, the one of Donnarumma. But at the moment, from what I'm hearing, there is a concrete possibility for Donnarumma to stay at PSG, compete with Chevalier this season, and then leave in 2026. So keep an eye on this scenario, because it's a possibility. So no contacts ongoing at the moment. Donnarumma Man United, Donnarumma Chelsea, also another rumor. Let's see what's going to happen there. Then, guys, important to clarify 2 more things. Many questions today on.
So that's more or less what he said. That's it, more or less written out, basically, that, yeah, we want to bid. We said this yesterday on July the 31st, that we're ready to bid. Now it's on Sesko to decide. Newcastle are ready to pay. Man United are ready to bid. Newcastle are prepared to match whatever is needed. This is why I keep telling, man, that it might not be Magina, because these geezers are literally looking to overpay anything. They're willing to pay whatever is needed with Leipzig and the player. Are you seeing the difference here? Look at the difference of them first 4 lines. It's on Sesko to decide. Newcastle are ready to pay. So whatever you want, we'll pay. Man United are ready to bid. So we're ready to negotiate. We're not going to get bumped. Newcastle have been bumped so much and rejected. They're just saying, listen, we're just going to give you whatever. We're going to pay whatever. So look at the difference. Newcastle are prepared to match whatever is needed with Leipzig and the player. United are ready to bid and negotiate. So this might be an obstacle, because we're trying to say, yo, we're not getting bumped. What do you want? 75? Let's talk about 70 or etc. They're on some, we'll just pay you whatever you want. We've been rejected so much times. We just want to give you, like, don't worry about the money. That's what they're on. So, which is difficult. United are ready to bid and negotiate with Leipzig, which is different from Newcastle. See, it's different. Newcastle are just trying to overpay. They just want anyone, that they're just trying to spend any money. This is part of United's strategy to show the player that they are serious and are ready to do business for Sesko on the club side. United are showing Sesko how ready they are by contacting Leipzig. If the player wants to come, we are ready to bid. What are you saying? We're ready. So this ain't just talks. This ain't, we need to sell someone or we're taking long. No, we're ready to bid now, but we're going to bid and negotiate and come to somewhere in the middle ground. We're not going to come here and just pay a mad Maguire's fee for no reason. If the player wants to come, we are ready to bid. The story's entering an important stage, and it's on Sesko to decide what he does. And remember, I kept going back to this article to you lot. If you lot are in here, you was in here yesterday, I kept going back to this article on Twitter. This is what Romano said the other day, and he's basically backing it up every time he talks. So that's why Newcastle was still in the race. The only reason Newcastle was still in the race is because Newcastle are ready to go and pay whatever Leipzig wants. Newcastle are ready to go and pay whatever Sesko wants. Newcastle are ready to go and pay whatever Sesko's agents want. These guys that were doing the smart project, that was out here giving small contracts and now they've gone mad. They've lost all composure and they've just gone mad now. We're going to give out money. We don't care. We'll pay you anything. And that's because they're getting rejected left, right and centre, that they can't hack it no more. So it's like, how can we deal with this? The only way we can deal with this, let's just go and pay them whatever. We need to get him through the line. And you got to remember something as well, mate. You got to remember that Leipzig know they're about to sell Isaac for the Great British Pound record, mate. They're about to sell him. Even if they're selling for 120, they broke the record. 120, 130, whatever they sell Isaac for. Apparently they want for 150. But let's just say they sell him for 120, 130. Bro, we want 70 million for Sesko. We're not budging because we know you got the money. That's why it's a bit peak. And they're sitting there, letting it be known, getting it briefed out that they're ready to pay anything. This is Fabrizio saying this. Newcastle are ready to go and pay whatever Leipzig wants. So the agent is probably pushing Sesko. Go to Newcastle, man. I get a bag. You get your bag. Leipzig's probably pushing him. Go to Newcastle. They're going to pay us whatever we want. We get a few extra millions. But Sesko's probably saying, I want United. That's my dream or whatever. Apparently he's a Man United fan. So it's up to Sesko what he wants to do. Does he want to live his dream like Cunha and Mbeumo? Or is it a thing where he's going to say, nah, I want the money. Let me go to this Newcastle place. After a couple of years, I might leave, etc. if it don't work, but I'll get nice money. That's what's going to happen here. So that's what Fabrizio's come out and said, as you lot have heard. But he's saying the same thing, and that was last night. It's on Sesko to decide. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever. They're trying to overpay to get to the end, mate. They're not on this thing. Let's go, mate. Still Watkins, though, bro. Can't hide. Chaos, big up yourself. Sylvester, big up yourself, man. I think we get him next week, Mitch. But I don't know what's going on with this. I think obviously it seems like he wants us. I've showed you the articles that Man United are favourites to sign him. Ben Jacobs has been spot on this whole transfer window. He hasn't really missed, I'll be real. He hasn't really missed. Sesko will need time, my opinion, exactly. I want Watkins. Really hope Sesko does good. Just can't see it. I hear it, man. Morning, Mitch. What have I missed? Muddy. Sesko prefers me. We're favourites to sign him. I want someone more proven, though. It's an old video. This new. This is yesterday's UnitedStand. For those that missed the video, Ben Jacobs talking on the UnitedStand money, yeah? So this ain't today's. It's yesterday from the UnitedStand. That's the latest he said. And then I just played you lot Fabrizio, the latest he said. And then we got into it, obviously. Didn't Fabrizio say the same yesterday? Yeah, that was last night, that video. Fabrizio's one was, that's the last thing he said about the Sesko thing. He came out and said the bid. He came out and said that we're bidding for him. And then he made a video after that. Literally. So he said this midday, about what, 6, 7 or something. And then he made a video about 10 o'clock. And that's what I played to you lot. So we're meant to be bidding for Sesko now. He said it was UnitedStand yesterday. Yeah, love for that, Jason. Love for letting Muddy know. Hi, Rich. Rich, who's Rich? Seems like every day these guys are repeating themselves. Yeah, they are, but it's little things are changing though. Like we're ready to bid now. We didn't know about that. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, look, Fabrizio, if you look at the video, he's not saying we're front runners or whatever, but he's saying little things like he's very excited about joining Man United and he's open and he's saying mad stuff. Ollie Watkins, Ollie Watkins chain is still going mad. People are still rating Watkins, yeah? I just feel like the Watkins thing is done. I just feel like it's not going to happen no more. That's why I don't even talk about it. Watkins, Whistle, Mateta, we need goals, can't lie. Yeah, you're on the Prem proven thing. Trusting Ornstein more than Romano, Jacobs, 100%. Ornstein just drops a bomb and cuts. He's not on this joke team. So I'm with you with that one. Them to say the same thing. Yeah, Metch always plays the vid first. I like that because he don't try to lie to us and he always shows us the tweets too. Come on, bro. I just bring you up the stuff and then we talk about it. That's it. I'm not on this coming here and trying to sway people's minds on that. Big up yourself, Jason. Like FIFA teams. This guy, Thamesgen, loves the FIFA team. Sesko better signing than Watkins. We will get 10 years out of Sesko, a big sell-on fee. But we said the same thing about Højlund, though. Remember that, Muddy. With Watkins, I get what you're saying, but we did say the same thing about Højlund. We'll get 10 years out of him. Let's not get Harry Kane. Let's get Højlund. We'll get 10 years. Project. Look how that one played out for us. Trying to get rid of the geezer. TUS Rich. The only thing you are bigger in history at the moment. Nikos is a bet to it, but one is a graveyard for it, and the other nurtures them. Graveyard that no one wants to go to. I know, right? Everyone's rejecting. Everyone's rejecting this graveyard, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, Captain Fish. Nice name as well. They're onto him. Man's come in the metric community talking crud. Everyone's on him. Newcastle might struggle to get Champions League when Isaac leaves. Bro, their team, Strand Larsen. Yeah, how can you go from Isaac to Strand Larsen, big man? Strand Larson scores goals. He scored 14 goals, but come on, man. And Langer, he'll score goals. Don't get it twisted because they'll be putting the balls in. He's got a little height on him, but come on, that's a drop off. Isaac to Strand Larson is mental. Mental. Hit the likes, people. It's like, let's get Mets to 100 likes, 240 people in here. Come on, my peoples, man. Hit the like button, man. Let's get the algorithm going mad. It's early in the morning. Let's just get this on everyone's screen, bruv. You understand? Like and subscribe, my peoples. Jason, love for that, broski. Hope we get Watkins. He's onto Watkins. Him and Lucky, Ollie Watkins to go Newcastle. Oh, so you're cool with it now then. You're cool with it now, Lucky. Everyone like and subscribe. If you haven't, let's go. Muddy, big up yourself, man. Like and subscribe. Watkins just stay at Villa. Muddy, which team are you? Man United. Which team are you? Muddy's certified. Muddy's been here from the jump. By next week, we should get here we go match. It seems like it. Yeah, hopefully, let's go. Let me get in. I'm going to share my screen and show you what's going on. There's loads going on Twitter as well. More news just come out today, like I said to you. But let me wrap up this little bit here. This came out yesterday. This is Craig Hope, who is the #1 journalist for Newcastle. For Newcastle News, Craig Hope is #1. Go on Twitter and look at these things. It's all Newcastle. And he basically came out yesterday, the date is there, and said Newcastle's top striker target, Benjamin Sesko, prefers a move to Man United. The Magpies are now exploring Strand Larson and Ollie Watkins. Then he goes on to say, Isaac out, then Watkins and Wissa will come in. So they'll get 2 strikers in. So it's a weird one. And the Sky Sports Seth, who's Darmesh, he's all right. And he said Man United is Sesko's preferred destination. Then we had Ben Jacobs say the same thing. That video I played you lot. Man United are favourites to sign Sesko, and there's a realistic chance the deal gets done. If United and Newcastle set up to agree the deal with Leipzig, so if we match the same price, say Leipzig wants 70 million, for example, we both bid 70 million, and it's down to Sesko, he will pick Man United. This is Ben Jacobs saying this. And then you had Sportbild, who is a German outlet where Leipzig is, and they said Benjamin Sesko is not convinced about a move to Newcastle United. He's not convinced. Man United will probably need to sell players first, which we don't need to, but everyone was thinking that. I think they played all of us. The Ineos played all of us. They went into the market, we're broke, we need to sell to buy. They can get everyone on the low, get everyone for cheap. And yeah, now they can buy him apparently. I don't know. But, and that's all yesterday's news. Look at the dates at the bottom, guys. This is all yesterday. Remember that. So yesterday, that all came out about he favours us, he'll pick us. They're not convinced. This came out 27th from Leipzig journalists, the journalists that work for their club. We've got Man United journalists. Everyone's got journalists that briefs for your club. This is Leipzig journalists on the 27th. Before we've even spoke to Leipzig, before we even think this is close, this is when Watkins is deep in it still. They came out and said Man United and Newcastle have registered their interest in Sesko. No negotiations with both clubs yet. Sesko would rather move to Man United and Newcastle. They said that before time ago, letting us know. If he could choose freely, he would clearly move to Manchester. But then again, like I keep showing you lot, it's this article here, the last one. This one on the left is what Fabrizio just said last night. This is the last thing Fabrizio said on it. And he basically says, now it's on Sesko to decide. Newcastle are ready to pay whatever. They're going to pay anything. They don't mind. They're not even asking. They're saying, we will go and pay what Leipzig want. We'll go and pay what Sesko wants. If Sesko wants 200k, they're going to give him 200k. If Sesko's agents want 15 million for him to sign the bonuses, they're going to give him 15 million. There's no negotiation. We're talking about bidding and negotiating. We're going to bid, test out the waters, then negotiate. Leipzig might say no or yes, whatever. Newcastle are saying, just give us a number and we'll match that number. This is the only obstacle with Sesko, is that it's a money thing. If Sesko wants to stay in Europe, play in Champions League and still get nice money and his agent's happy, Leipzig's happy, they're going to push him to go to Newcastle. That's the only obstacle. Lamens, I'm not worried of Newcastle. Anyone would send to pick you. Exactly. Rasmus Højlund, yeah, when they get into the Rasmus stuff as well, Rasmus Højlund is looking like he might leave. So we're going to see. If we get Sesko, then we shouldn't sell Rasmus. I think we have to sell Rasmus if we get Sesko, because what's going to happen with Zirkzee then? We're going to have too much strikers. Might even need, let's go for first fixture, Rasmus to be number 2. It's a good player. Please never make Mustafa a mod here. Mustafa's moving mad. This can be a great addition to the. We saying you're rating Sesko, yeah? All right, cool. I'm gonna share my screen. What United are waiting for? Let them go and sign this striker, bro. It's in the process, man. What are you talking about? Look, it's in the process. Say, dude. We're ready to bid now. We're ready to bid. So just relax, big man. It's in the process. Just man said go and sign it. How much is Anthony? I want him to be the son's successor. Lucky is in Birmingham. Only talk rubbish from Romano. Romano just repeats himself, innit? That's why I ain't got him. I can't really thing him. Ben needs to go back to Turkey and get him refund. Have we submitted our bid? We ain't submitted the bid yet. This is the last he said about the bid, and then I showed you the video. And he said, we're ready to submit the bid. So basically, we just want Sesko to give the heads up and say, yo, make the bid. As soon as Sesko says that, we make the bid, it's all done. We don't want to bid, and then Sesko turns around and goes, you know what, guys, I actually want Newcastle, and I'll be real. So this is what I'm saying. That's what happens. These geezers are saying it's all a lie, blood. Them things these geezers are saying. What, Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio, they're all a lie. Who do you believe then? Who do you believe? No name. Newcastle are desperate. They're ready to touch and wages. But they need anyone. We need Watkins, Metch, Sesko, and Myth. Jason, I'm with you, man. But it's not going to happen. It's not reliable no more. Man United is the midfield weak. Yeah, the midfield is a bit mad. Newcastle are desperate. They're ready to pay any asking price for Sesko while we only want to negotiate. Exactly. That's what the only obstacle is with us. Tour winning against West Ham. Watkins United. Here we go. Sesko would be great. Remember, guys, yeah, for those that watched the video, yeah, Ben Jacobs said Watkins is not finished yet. So those, like it's not done. We got to see what happens. Watkins is not finished yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So we've got to see what happens first with Sesko. Then they might go back in for Watkins. Goldbridge is doing a live video of him smiling. Loud. I think Newcastle will end up with Sesko. You reckon, Charlie? Is that because of the money situation, Charlie? Is that why you're saying that? Because like I showed you, everyone that is putting it out is saying that he favours us. But as I've said to you lot, if I'm his agent and I'm Leipzig, they're pushing him to go to Newcastle. If I'm Leipzig or I'm his agent, I'm saying, blood, I'm getting my money. Go there. Come on, man. Everyone gets a payday. Even Sesko, you get a payday. I'm really excited. You've read. Big up yourself, man. Aston Villa can't lose him. You talking about Watkins? FIFA. Thames Gang is FIFA'd off. He comes here with a FIFA team every day. I don't know why. Hi, Mitch. Think the possibility of getting Sesko can only be good for United. Of course, Hoyland position then is an issue. I think he's going to go, you know. I'm going to share my screen and show you that in a minute. Apparently, Hoyland's going to leave if we get a striker. And it seems like we're getting a striker. I can't be the only one that couldn't care less if we don't get Sesko. Still a project. I didn't want Sesko. Everyone in there knows. I didn't want him. I thought it's going to be too much. Same thing as Hoyland. It's a project. We got to give him time. But I've just realised now, Steph, that we're more or less going to get him. So I've just got with it. Like, it is what it is now. We just got to deal with it. Hoyland swap deal might spark. Yeah. Apparently, he's talking about he wants to stay, this geezer. He's gone mad. Man United are weighing up whether to make a last-minute attempt to win the race for the signature of Hayden Hackney as Old Trafford recruitment chiefs have continued. Who said that, though, Charlie? Showing interest despite Ipswich Town having a bid accepted. Who said that, though, Charlie? Let me know, please. Who said that? Let me know who said this one here. Because a lot of people talk about Hayden Hackney, but I've never seen one link of us to him, apart from like shit sources. Newcastle can bid and offer as much like it. If he wants to go United, he'll go Newcastle. It's true. Belieber, Donnarumma, best. I showed you like the Belieber links yesterday. Belieber's looking like it's going to be a next year thing. It's not going to be for now. I think Watkins have proven, yeah, he is. He is. Selling news take a while. Sesko all the way. Rasmus Højlund out. Fully Rasmus Højlund out. I'm thinking of the future. Send Rasmus on loan in case we return to Champions League. Atlanta 30 million of Mateta has been. I see that. Oh, Romano just finged it as well, yeah? Yeah, that was the other day. Nizar Kinsella said that. Sesko in. If Sesko's United fan, Newcastle will not start a chant, but money do talk. Exactly. Money talks. Bullshit walks. Sesko to United is obvious standout league. That's what I think. I think it's very likely he's going to come, but some people can get swayed by money. Look at Duran. Duran was 21 and he went to Saudi. Sesko's around the same age, so you never know. Remember, he's staying in Europe as well. The bright lights of Manchester versus the coal mines of Newcastle. Trust. Oh, Gimme Sports said that. Gimme Sports. on and off because they get Fabrizio and them and they're on there sometimes. They get Ben Jacobs on there, so they're on and off. They're weird. But spoiling a chance of signing Højlund. That's my man, isn't it? Erik ten Hag. Get him gone. I think we should keep Rasmus and still get Sesko. We need one more striker and send Obi for a layer. He's very young. Someone said something about Belieber. This is what happened about Belieber. So let me show you lot. You know I chat to you lot on the realness. Belieber this year is a myth. It's not happening, mate. This is the Belieber stuff. There's no advancements in Belieber deal due to Brighton's valuation being too high for United. Belieber is not desperate for a move. However, in 12 months' time, it could change. Remember, Casemiro leaves for free next year. He's on 350k or 300k, whatever. That goes off the books next year. We've got a space now for a midfielder. So for this year, it's not happening. And CC Transfers, who's been good this window as well, he broke it down and said, yo, but remember, he said this on the 30th of July. This came out yesterday. Ben Jacobs spoke about this yesterday on that same thing I just showed you, the video, but I didn't want to show you the whole video. You don't go watch it. The same video I just showed you about UnitedStand, he spoke about Belieber and he said they're not keen to sell him. Maybe next year it could be a different conversation. And CC Transfer spoke about it on the 30th of July, so the day before that, and said Wharton and Belieber are on our list for next year. When Casemiro leaves, that 350k comes off the books, we might go out there and spend our 100 million on our DM. That's what might happen. Rice, Arsenal done it with Rice, Chelsea done it with Caicedo. It might be our turn next year. Because remember, we're not going to need that much positions no more. Think about it. So, what are you talking about, big man? Pelino. Why do we need Pelino? What's the difference between Pelino and Ugarte? Ugarte is just a younger version of him. Why would we need Pelino, bro? We need a DM that can run things. Belieber, pace, power, can drive. Wharton can feed the ball to the 10s. Why do we need Pelino? What's the difference between Pelino and Ugarte, big man? Can't believe we let Tottenham sign Pelino. What are we going to do with him? He's exactly the same as Ugarte, but probably not as much energy and speed. No project, bro, but that's the best option we got left in the market. Keep Rasmus and get Sesko. We have no other option. We got Zirkzee, haven't we? Have we not got Zirkzee, no? Have we not got Zirkzee? Rasmus out. Benjamin, man said Belgium Sesko. Belgium Sesko. Sunday game, match at decent time. You're going to do a watch along, bro. What time is it, Muddy? What time is the game on Sunday? Is it 12 o'clock at night? What time is it? Let me know. If we get Sesko and maybe a new keeper, how would you rate our transfer window? If we get Sesko and a new keeper, bruv, that's a good window, you know. That's a good win. If we get a Lamens or something and a Sesko, that's a good window. I'll tell you that for free. I don't know what to rate it yet, and I've got to wait till it's done. Because remember, we got Arsenal in what, 16 days? So you can rate the transfer window, but it's when everything happens as well, Ezzy. When does everything happen? Does it happen at the end of the window when we've already played 3 games? Or does it happen now? And then we go into it. I don't know why people bring Mbeumo and striker. He's a winger that can play. So exactly. That's what we want. We need to get things. I don't know if you lot heard this as well, you know. Believer is better than Ugarte. 100% Wiz. I'm talking about Paulino. Someone put Paulino in here. Why? Look, someone said this. Can't believe we let Paulino go to Tottenham. I'm saying Paulino is probably the same as Ugarte, but a bit older. Just a man that's going to drive and just tackle people. So, man, why do we need to get the same players you got to? Belieber is definitely better. 1,000,000%. Belieber and Wharton. 11 CEU. What's that in the UK? Let me check. Let me see what time it is. It's at 10 o'clock. I might do it. Yeah, I might do a watch along. 10 o'clock, yeah? It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday. I might do it, you know. I might do a little watch along with you lot still. First one. We'll see, Charlie. Love for letting man know. 10 p.m. Yeah, love for that. That's calm. I heard Newcastle in fear rejections, ready to pay whatever more and crazy. Yeah. I showed you the article. Fabrizio just done it in a video, and this is the article about it. Just look at all you got to do, Debas, is just read the second article. The first one is just basically reminding us yesterday, but the second article is just, yeah, they're on an overpay thing now. They're on a different thing. Just look at it. Different. Zirkzee clearly prefers playing as a 10, and that's where he'll be played in rotation. The only way he plays striker is if striker's injured. Nah, man, I think Zirkzee is a different outlet as a striker. He's a different outlet. So if Sesko's not working, he's getting marked out of the game, it's not working, or the team's sitting back. Say somewhere like Everton. Say we go Everton. You got Branthwaite, Brian and Tarkowski. They're all big, tall, and Sesko. You can put the ball in the box 100 times. They're going to header it. They're 3-on-1, mate. So say that's happening. I'm like, bruv, they're just sitting in their box. We can't do nothing. Then you bring on someone like Zirkzee and you change the whole dynamics. He's coming closer to the ball. Do you get it? I know what you're saying. Him playing as a 10 is good, but you need that little interchange with Cunha and Wemo, and you see Dorgu stepping up now. Ahmad's on the wing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think, bro, we've had no reports that Dorgu's going to leave King Taj. Not one report. So we want to keep Zirkzee. Everything's been about Højlund. Everything. Højlund's going to leave. I'm going to show you lot something in a minute. I'm going to share my screen and show you lot what's going on. I need more links. He just came out and said there's nothing in that. Fabrizio just said there's nothing in that, Kevin. He said there's nothing in that. But other people are saying that it is going on. I don't know. It's a weird one. If Liverpool get their hands on Isak, bet we give them the title already. You know what it is though, yeah? We say this, yeah? But you got to remember something, yeah? A lot of people have tried to do the stars thing, yeah? And it hasn't worked, you know? Mbappe tried to do the star thing, bought all the best players. It didn't work. They got a gel, bruv. So they bought Wirtz. All these guys, are they going to gel in the first season? They basically changed their whole front line. Rest in peace to Jota. Diaz is gone. All they've got is Salah. Gakpo is inconsistent. He comes and does his thing. Sometimes he don't. So they have to gel, bruv. You know what I'm saying? You see them get opened up the other day from AC Milan. So we'll see. We'll see. I think this window we need a striker, goalkeeper to have competition on those positions. Will be a good this season. Yeah, I reckon we're going to do good this season regardless as well. I'm with you, Mark B. Paulina ain't got the energy anymore. That's what I'm saying. Ugate's better than him and a younger version. But what I'm trying to say is they're the same profile. Why are we going to have Ugarte and Paulina? What was the point of that? I would choose Ugarte or Paulina all day. All day. I'd say Zirkzee is a false 9 or 10, really, as a 9. Yeah, he calls himself a 9.5, innit? But that's what I'm trying to say. A false 9. So it's a different outlet. So if you've got a number 9 that gets on the end of crosses, that's not working. You put on the false 9, and he's interchanging. You get what I'm trying to say to you? You saw my thing about Everton, innit? Like if you go play certain teams, look at Haaland when he played against Southampton. They drew 0-0. They just marked the life out of him. They didn't have nothing to change. They could have. So the whole game, all they done was just stand on Haaland the whole time, and that was it. So with us, it's like, it's getting to the 70th minute. It's not working. Bring on Zirkzee. He comes closer to the ball. He can turn around and feed the wings and all of that. Okay, we keep Rasmus and Zirkzee. Get Sesko. Obi needs to go on loan. I have no problem keeping Zirkzee. I don't think they can keep all these players, you know. And they just, like I said, there's reports saying that, what's his name? Højlund's more likely to go still. Let me show you what's going on. Højlund's still going to go. It's looking like Højlund's going to leave. This is what's coming out. We can't buy a striker and have another. Like it's one game a week. We're not playing Champions League. If we was playing Champions League and all of this stuff, it'll be a bit different. But because we're not playing Champions League, we can't do this. Oh my God! Look, I got a bomber for you lot. Ben Jacobs bomber. Ben Jacobs bomber. See what I'm saying? I come here, I said Ben Jacobs speaks, and now he's come out and said something. Let me show you lot what's going on. Let me share my screen with you lot. Ben Jacobs bomber, man. I'm going to share my screen with you lot right now. You're getting a bomber on the spot. Look at that. Man United front runners for Benjamin Sesko. Positive talks this week. Sesko keen to join even without European football. Newcastle fears Sesko is going to Old Trafford despite remaining in talks. Deal still complicated by Leipzig's asking price, as Arsenal also found early in the window 75 million plus add-ons quoted to clubs. And remember, Thing said that already. Ornstein said that already, 75 million. So it's not really a bomber, innit? But he's just come out. He's saying with chest that we are front runners. So that's basically what it is. Look at that, 10, 11, literally about, what's that, about 10, 15 minutes ago or so. Man United are front runners. This is what I'm trying to say. He's letting it be known we're in front. Like, they're a myth. Newcastle fears Sesko is going to Old Trafford despite remaining in talks. And he's saying we're front runners. So he's not on this. He's not trying to sugar it like Fabrizio. Fabrizio's coming out and saying, oh, don't sleep on this, and it could go either way. He's not on that. He's coming out here and saying, we are front runners, bro. He's putting his chest out. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And it's likely that we're going to get this guy. It's very likely. Hoyman with... Nah, man. I saw you lot. There was a bid that got said about 3 days ago, and no one ain't spoke about this bid. How we make a bid for a player, no one even spoke about it. That Hoyman stuff is just cap. Mark said that the top 3 journalists are... What? Hottest? What are you talking about, no name, man? Big man. What are you on about, man? This is the metric community. We ain't flexing like that here. Thanks, man. Big up yourself, Mark B, man. This is the metric community. I keep telling you, like, we're in it together, man. Well, I'm fishing for a new deal. Yeah, I think they're using our name, man. We're not in for him. He's on 200k a week. It's not going to happen. Anthony just turned down 2 bids after he heard Ruben saying they might well come back if they don't find a way out. He only wants Real Betis, and Real Betis are taking too long. Rasmus Hoyland crap. Mark says he's fees. Big man, please. No name. You might be new here, big man, but I beg you, big man. Yeah, we don't care what Mark's saying, brother. Please, don't be bringing in no marks or nothing. If it's not football related, I beg you don't be bringing in nothing. You understand? Obviously, you're a United fan, so I'm trying to give you as many chances as I can. But yeah, please, brother, don't be coming here with some irrelevant things, man, about Mark and who he fancies and whatnot, big man. We ain't got time for that here. There's another show for that stuff there. Luke Shaw actually looks slimmer than pre-season. I think he might stay fit. Jinx. They all look slimmer though. All of them look slim. And even Luke Shaw, when he went down, I thought, yep, injured again. And he didn't. Crazy. That little tackle there. You can't make them tackles. That was a good tackle, but you just think the worst straight away. Rasmus should not be sold. It would be another mistake the club makes so. Sancho, other 3, keep Rasmus. We should not be selling anyone else with them forward. Bruv, King Taj, yeah, listen, I hear you, innit? But are you going off this because you've watched the 2 pre-season games? Because at the end of last season, would you have really said, let's not sell Rasmus? Be honest. Now you've seen he's come a bit slow. He's come a bit slimmer. He's got the little goatee. He's got the little mean look now. And he scored a little 2 goals. Would you have said that? Be honest. Is it because you've seen a bit of potential now in this pre-season that you're saying, you know what, we shouldn't sell Rasmus? But would you saying this at the end of last year, before pre-season, after that Hong Kong game that he got, what's that word that they call it? Headlocked, basically, the whole game. Yeah, pocketed by the centre-backs, and then Chido came on and scored 2 goals. Was you saying this? Or are you saying this now after you've seen him score 2 goals? Be a report now that he's injured again. Yeah, exactly. Luke Shaw. Any news on injuries? Maguire, Mazraoui, Onana? No, we ain't heard nothing else. But Chris Wheeler just came out and spoke, so I'm going to see what he says. Fabrizio copied. Fabrizio, I can't have him on notifications, man. I've got him on notifications, but it can't, like, beep, if you know what I mean. So it's off. Because, mate, he just told you the same stuff. So that's what Ben Jacobs is saying. 75 million is not what we want. We're not trying to pay this, but Newcastle are. This is where it gets a bit techie with Leipzig. 75 million, which is about 65 or something. We're not trying to pay this. So this is where it's getting a bit mad. But we're front runners. Front runners. And he's just saying it with chest. Pauline is... where's the United District? All right, Michelle, certified, you know. See my man, tier 1. See the skis on Michelle. For those that don't know, tier 1. When he speaks, you listen, mate. He's 30. He doesn't speak for no reason. I'm telling you. Michelle was 30, and he's saying highly optimistic about negotiation with Sesko and Leipzig within the club. Everything that you hear Man United is optimistic about, we more or less get done. Remember that. We weren't optimistic about Delap. We weren't optimistic about Gyökeres or Osimhen, but we was optimistic about Cunha and Mbeumo, and it got done. You understand? My man, when he speaks, he listen, Michelle. Cold. Let's see if Chris Wheeler came out and said some stuff about Hoyland. Oh, he hasn't even aggregated it yet. Let me find the one that has. Okay, this is the Aiden Hackney thing that someone put in the chat. Charlie, Man United are weighing up whether to make a last-minute attempt to win race for the signature of Hayden Hackney as Old Trafford Recruitment's Chiefs have continued shorting. I think they should match it. 15 million, you should just match that bid. They've already accepted 15 million for him. 15 million. Match that bid, man. Bring the geezer, man. And he ain't even accepted yet. He ain't even turned around and said thing that he wants it yet. Now I'm going off from this seat from his first season and the fact that I know the guy's got potential, but as United fans don't have patience, bro. The guy, no, 100%. I'm with you. But you know what it is though? Let me see what you said after that, so we could just talk about it all. I know brawlers, bro. We need to give him the chance. United guys, confidence, 100%. That's what I'm saying. I'm with you, but my thing is I know there's no time. So if we get someone next to him or he's the second man, I've always said, ask anyone in here, if Højlund comes off of 20 minutes, Højlund comes off the bench with 20 minutes to go every game, that's fine. But for him being on number 9, it's not going to work. He has to go on loan and come back or something. But is he going to get that 20 minutes every game with Sesko? I wouldn't mind, actually. I wouldn't mind Sesko playing the 70 minute and then Højlund getting the 20 minutes in the end. That's what we was doing with Garnacho. We loved Garnacho when he was doing that. He's coming off the bench, he's scoring goals. But when he became our main starter, he goes left. So yeah, I'm with you still. I wouldn't sell him as well. I like him because he's a Man United fan, innit? Man that are Man United fans and he come to Man United, you're playing your dream. I can only be happy for you. But when the pressure's on you too much, it's crazy, bro. And the pressure is on him. So he has to either go on loan or not. But the reports are saying, I just go off the reports. The reports are saying it's very likely he's going to leave. So that's all it is. We saw Højlund when he's getting physical and sharpness back. Hope we even joining. So Sesko, I still take Indeed as a squad player, only 9 million. Wages be small. Would his wages be small though? I heard something about he wants big wages or something. I don't know. I would take him as well as a backup because we've got players that ain't even going to play. Do you understand? He can get 20 minutes at another club. Prakash ain't hearing that one there, Taj. Prakash ain't hearing that one there, Taj, still. He said, nah, he needs to just bounce. Yeah, so let me show you that about the Højlund stuff. I'll tell you that about the Højlund stuff now. So yeah, that's what it is. When you break that 75 million down, it's 65 million plus add-ons. So it's probably going to add up to 70 million. So we're trying to get that down to about 65. I think all in all. Let me show you. Where's the Højlund stuff? This is the injury. Someone asked about injury records. Lisandro Martinez, Joshua Zirkzee, and Andre Onana all back in light training. So that means you start by yourself, light training, then it becomes a bit faster, then you get with the team. That's what happens. It's light, then it gets faster, then you with the team, and once you're with the team, you can play. So this was situation. So this is what Mbumo had to do. Mbumo got into it light, then fast, and then now we can play. You know what I'm saying? I think we can get Sesko 70 minutes and give Rasmus 20. It can work. We are going to rotate because we are full to realise that Sesko ain't the finish. But exactly, I think the same thing. But what's going to happen with Zirkzee then? I know Zirkzee can play as a 10, but we've got so much other 10s. Let's just say Zirkzee's a 10. Let's just say that. We've got Mount, Mainu, who can play there, Bruno, Ahmad, Cunha, and Mbumo can all play as 10. So we'll get Zirkzee, that's 7 man, and we've only got 2 positions. That's going to be mad. And 1 competition. Hackney wants Spurs. I'm waiting for them. Swear down. Hackney, they don't want Hackney though, do they? They've just got Polina. They just got Polina and they've got a buy option with 25 million when they could have paid 15 million and got Hackney. Why don't we go all at... Oh, allow it. That's a timeout, you know. That's timeout. Ezzy, you're moving mad. You're trolling. You know I read the comments here, you know. So you can't troll in here, bro, and not get timeout because you're moving. That's crazy. That's a timeout still. You're definitely on a timeout for that one. That's stupid. Guy's an idiot. Partey is an idiot. Yeah, so that's the stuff about that. Where's Højlund? Let me show you that. This is the Højlund stuff. This is what I'm trying to show you, Taj, man. If Rasmus Højlund is likely to leave if a deal is reached for Sesko, either through a sell or loan. He's likely to leave. He knows he ain't going to play. The manager ain't really feeling him like that. I know he looks a bit better and he looks a bit more. He's doing a bit more, innit? But maybe they just think this guy, no matter what he does, he's just stopped the guy. And his first season, he did play all right. He done the little cut in a few times. He's got potential. He could become big. Don't get it twisted, but they're just giving up on him, bro, where they're saying it's a myth. But I would rather him go on loan, to be honest. Go on loan to somewhere that's kind of fast, easier for you. Go on loan to one of these abroad clubs like Anthony. Go La Liga, Go back to the Italian league where you came from and smash it over there. I reckon he'll smash it. The counter-attacks over there are mad. He'll kill it. Go on loan, man. But I wouldn't mind him getting 20 minutes, like I said. If he's a 20-minute guy, but him starting against Arsenal on the 17th is like, no way. But I wouldn't mind the 20 minutes still. Chris Wheeler come out and said that one there. Chris Wheeler is kind of reliable for United stuff. Still, I'll be real. Look at this. Look at that. 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, we've caught this. Alejandro Garnacho, keen on joining Chelsea. It was his priority in January, and he's still keen on the move this summer. Chelsea considering bid later this month for Garnacho, I said for weeks, and he's waiting for Chelsea as priority. 2 minutes ago. So, but Chelsea are waiting to the last minute to bid for this geezer. Chelsea are waiting for the last minute to bid for him because they want to get him on the low. They're taking the piss. They're saying that they only want to pay 30, 35 million for him. So they're waiting to the last minute trying to mock us. This is what I'm saying about this thing, man. Just pay the money for him, bro. If they pay the money for Garnacho now, give him 50 million, we can go out there and spend 150 million. We can start our rebuild today. But the fact that we can't, they're waiting for the end later this month. That's when the thing is, the deadline day. Deadline day is the 31st of August. So they're taking the piss out of us, man. They're just going to try and come with some lowball offer. Are you not going to leave him are you not going to play him then? 35 million, something stupid. 2 minutes ago. Garnacho. Madness, man. Madness. I need to see what Chris Wheeler said as well, or more about Chris Wheeler. He said some more stuff, man. Chris Wheeler. Sesko is now following Man United and Højlund. I think he's been following Man United for a minute, you know. I think this is nothing new. I think he's been following Man United for a little bit still. Man said, I'm following the geezer, that position that I'm going to take. I'm following my competition's spot. Safe. Newcastle fear they're losing that. Bro, I told you, look, Craig Hope has already said it's a myth. Liverpool have sold Verts t-shirts, blah, 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 nothing to do with us. Harry Maguire's court date for his alleged assault of a police officer and attempted bribery has been set for 8th of October. This guy's still dealing with this. What? This is 5 years ago, bro. The man's still dealing with it. What is going on here? He won't appear in court. Harry Maguire might end up on the wing. What's happening? He's still dealing with this. I didn't even know he was still dealing with this. See, what happened to the Diblin hype as well, man? Everyone wanted Diblin. They said they wanted 100 million. And then now, look, man, I'm bidding 27 million. Look, this time last year, Southampton were 100% certain big club will bid 100 million for Diblin. But now they have negotiating 27 million bid for him. This is what happens when you don't know when to cash in on a player. Similar to Brentford and Everton. That's a fact, you know. That's a fact. I need to like that one there. Yeah, because that's a fact. Look at that. Brentford, remember, Brentford was the guy. We went there, we bidded 45 plus 5, whatever it was. They said no, and then they started quoting him 75 million. Now, who's going to pay 75 million for Brentford? It's never going to happen. Diblin, they're quoting him 100 million. Everyone backed off and left it. Now, Everton, I said, you know what? We'll give you 27 million. Now they're trying to negotiate. Everton are preparing a new proposal after 27 million bids. So we're going to go for now 35 million. Plan is to return to the table and try to get it done. So what are they going to go? 35 million? And you lot was quoting 100 million, but you clocked. No one's coming with this money. That now you've messed up. Joker. Craig Hope. This is what I'm seeing. #1 journalist for Newcastle, bro. He's in there with them. In there. #1. Let's see what he's saying about the Sesko stuff. If he's saying anything new. I've spent this week in the camp, you know, from a fresh striker target to midfield concerns to what I'm hearing on Ollie Watkins. I'm not going to go into the article, but he's their #1 journalist, bro. He's at the training sessions with them, everything. That's how reliable he is for them. The guy, the geezer is in there with them. And he's saying that he prefers, Sesko prefers Man United. Isco out. This is what I put on. Isco out. Watkins in. Dark House. Coming up at 5 p.m. New dark house striker. I think this is when he spoke about Strand Larson. So yeah, there's not a new on Sesko from the Newcastle side of things. The ops, we got to pre the ops. Got to keep one eye on the ops. Who's to blame for this? I know you lot saw this. My man getting chipped. Safe. Sandro Martinez are all back. Fitting into all these tacticos on thing are always talking about something, you know. We got so much tacticos in thing. This is for my Newcastle fans in here, man. What's his name? Aiden and that. It's Aiden in here. Big up Aiden and them and there, man. I got Newcastle fans that come in that are calm. Like Sandro Isaac is trying to push through a transfer away from Newcastle. Wissa's trying to push through a transfer to Newcastle. It's crazy. Wissa's trying to go there because he's playing for Brentford, and obviously he wants to play Champions League. He thinks this is the last time he's going to get a contract. Isaac's trying to leave. Kolo Muani, they might go back in for Kolo Muani. Tottenham do not care that you rejected us in January break. So Kolo Muani might go back to Tottenham. Green light. I showed you that was from Michelle. Michelle certified. Ben Jacobs. Hayden Hackney, Dunny Roster. Oh, it was Dean Jones Soccer that said it from Gimme Sport, yeah? He's all right still. Hey, this hijack thing might be true then. Let me bookmark that. I'm going to have a look at it still. If it's kind of, if I hear more about it, I'll be back on about 2 o'clock or something and talk about it. It might be true still. Luzon, Man United unknown striker. Yeah, he's injured, isn't it? The young boy. Remember the young boy that we bought from, I can't remember where we bought him from. But we sent him on loan and he got injured straight away. Kanabiek. Andre Onana has an outside chance of returning for Man United's final pre-season friendly against Fiorentina, Old Trafford next week. He should be available for the Premier League opener at Arsenal. So Andre Onana is looking like he's gonna be there for Arsenal. But still, we need Bayern there to go, and we need a new goalkeeper, man. At least a number 2, at least. So this geezer's back. He's back. Hopefully he's back and we can get a transfer for him, bruv. Joke thing. Newcastle United players and staff are furious with Isaac, and some don't even want him back. Safe. How bad can it get for Newcastle, man? Yeah, this is the Maguire thing. This geezer, I can't believe he's still doing this. Maguire was found guilty of assaulting police officer, blah, blah, blah. And then now they've changed it to the UK, basically, because he feels like he didn't have a fair trial. Then you also have given the green light for Benjamin Sesko. Michelle, I showed you about that. He's going to be ready for Arsenal. Let's see if there's anything new. Remember, was in for this geezer as well, you know. Suzuki was in for him, but he didn't want to be a backup to Onana. He said, I want to be number 1. So he didn't come. It was 5 million. Who were linked with him. It was 5 million. He was playing in the Japanese. He's Japanese. Imagine that. So he was 5 million. And yeah, he didn't want to be back up to Onana. So he ended up going to Parma to be number 1, and then now he's got his move. He's looking like he's going to get a move to West Ham unless they get the Leicester keeper. West Ham have thrown cold water over reports suggesting the club has made an official offer for Leicester. Sources say he is a player of interest, but not in the top priority list. Suzuki's, yeah. So he was one of our backups. Newcastle. Look, they're already briefing. Oh my God, look, they're already briefing. They're already putting out PR to brief that they've missed out on the geezer. Look, Newcastle are understood to have reservations about Benjamin Sesko. Let me guess something about this journalist that's saying this. What's this? Newcastle journalist, Northern football correspondent. They're already putting out briefs. Look, at the moment, I did not think I'd ever see Newcastle have ended the 70 years hurt. Newcastle journalist. See? No deal unless Newcastle advancing on 2 strikers club, blah, blah, blah. Newcastle journalists. They're out here briefing already. Look, everything's about Newcastle. More or less. They're out here briefing already, putting out briefs that they're having reservations. Because they can't ever miss out on a target, and the target just doesn't want them. When they missed out on them Wimwon Konya, Man United are putting out too much. Man United are giving out too much wages. They're giving them $250 a week. Now look, Newcastle are understood to have reservations about Benjamin Sesko. Newcastle journalists are already trying to brief the media to say all this stuff. Hopefully someone smart is gonna go in there and say, like, You're just thinking. You're like, taking it. Look at this. They're mocking it. I see this. He's mocking it. Look at him. Yeah, he's taking a piss. But yeah, hopefully someone's smart. There'll be a Newcastle fan in there that will say, like, it's PR. Please. Look, people are laughing because you can see it's all PR. Look, there you go. A Newcastle fan, that's smart. Look at that. Reservations, don't make me laugh. This is so they don't have to say they were rejected again. A Newcastle fan, see? They're understanding what's going on. They're understanding that it's PR because they already think that they're thinged. You get it? Briefing is another way of waving the white flag. They already think that they've been rejected. So they're going out there and putting out reports already to say, we're having reservations about him. We don't even think he's going to bang like that. You see what I'm trying to say? Newcastle already briefing their pessimism internally about a move for Benjamin Sesko with some reservations about the price tag now. Now they just need to speak about his wage demands to complete. We didn't want him anyway. When you're small, you're small. See? You know what they're on. This is what they do, man. Worth noting that Everton, this is Garnacho stuff. Worth that Everton had been interested in Leon winger Fofana, but I've struggled to convince him to move. Chelsea are among Fofana admirers, but they've got interest in Garnacho as well. We know that, innit? Nizar Kinsella, he's good for Chelsea news still. He's very good for Chelsea news as well. Let's see if there's any more news. Matt Law, I hate Matt Law, man. He's always negative. Like, why are you putting Man United in it? Oh, because of Garnacho. So we're going to see what he says about Garnacho. That's going to come out soon. What's come out recently? Alejandro Garnacho was keen on joining Chelsea. We just saw that one there. Chelsea's waiting to bid. Give me sport. Hijack 20 million deal. It's not 20 million though. It's 15 million. Where's the 20 million come from? Oh, is it 15 million plus 5? Because Ben Jacobs said it was 15 million, didn't he? So was it 15 plus 5 then? Ben Jacobs. How much did he say Hayden Hackney's deal was? Is it 15 plus 5, yeah? Hayden Hackney. Ben Jacobs has been kind of active, isn't it? You know, like usually you just come on his page and you could just see whoever straight away. He's active now, man. Where is it? 15 plus 5, Hayden Hackney. Bro, he's too active, man. When was the Hayden Hackney thing anyway? Rasmus Højlund, I think my plan is clear. Yeah, this geezer keeps talking about staying. Every game he comes after and says he wants to stay. Well, I don't think he's going to stay, man. Hayden Hackney. Was it not Ben Jacobs that said that it was 15 million, 15 plus 5? Ipswich. Who's the guy that said that they've agreed? Oh, it's worth more than 20 million. Sky Sports said it as well. Okay. Hey, my man's. I've seen a few clips of him, innit? Remember, I don't know him. I've never watched him. I don't watch the Championship like that. Sky Sports Keith's alright, you know. For Sky Sports, Keith's alright. So region of 20 million. Let me get a few of these comments, man. You know I don't forget about you. Zirkzee will play as a 10 and Mount Almad will be rotating as something. We all know Mount ain't gonna stay fit for long. Heard today, can't remember from where Hackney wants Spurs. That might be a dead source, I say, in the Spurs team, because they would have went for him over Polina. 15, 20 million. I hear what you're saying, bro, but it'll be a mistake. Mark my words. We leave. Zirkzee, Obi gonna do it again before. I think Obi needs a loan. Obi needs a loan. I would trade Rasmus for a packet of crisp. Rasmus on loan to Germany, part of Sesko, exactly. And that's their dream target, you know, apparently Leipzig. That's what Fabrizio said. Should be ashamed of himself. United should let him rot. Exactly. 100%. I think 2 strikers in the state of event is healthy for competition. Obi is a competitor. Obi needs a loan. Obi needs to go to one of these promoted sides. Send him to like Burnley or one of them, man. Or go to like Ipswich or something and then come back. Just get more used to the league, bro. I think let Chelsea have him and deal with these. Exactly. His attitude is mental. That ego, that Ronaldo, he thinks he's Ronaldo so bad. Let someone else deal with that. This is on Amrin. When you tell everyone you don't want these players, clubs will lowball you on offers. Who did he say that he doesn't want them to, Carl? When did he say that? When did Amrin come out and say he doesn't want these players? He came out the other day and said he will easily take them back. If you lot think they're going to come for cheap, they're going to go for cheap, you've gone mad. He didn't come out. He didn't go out there and say that he don't want them. I don't know what you're talking about, Carl. I ain't seen nothing about Amrin saying that he doesn't want them. This is the last thing I saw about the Freedom 5 was this. Some want a new challenge. We give them time to find a solution. Omar and Jason have a number. For these players, if it's not met, it's fine. They'll remain United players. It suits me. It gives me more options. He says, any concerns of value players wanting to leave could be reduced. I understand maybe other clubs are waiting for the last minute, but they can have a surprise. I am ready to receive the players. They have more competitions. If they want to play in the World Cup next year, they need to play. So I'm happy with that. I want more options. They have to fight with each other. He's basically saying, I'm cool. You lot really think we're going to lowball ourselves last minute because you lot are waiting? You've gone mad. I'll keep them. And remember, if he keeps them, it's only worse on Garnacho if he stays because he ain't going to play. So the World Cup coming up next season, you got no chance. So really, it's Garnacho and that to push to go. And before this, it wasn't even. You got to remember something. Even before this, it wasn't. It was the Freedom 5. Laurie Whitwell said loads of clubs are sitting on the sideline waiting till the end of the market anyway. So this was nothing to do with Amrin, bro. Loads of clubs were waiting on the sideline anyway to just see the price go down. So this has nothing to do with Amrin, big man. I'm telling you. All the clubs. Laurie Whitwell came out and said that. And I'm going to show you as well. Because you know me, I don't talk for no reason. When I say something, I back it up and I show you. This is what got put out. So look, this is Amrin. What Amrin just said here, people think they can wait to the last minute. He's replying to this. Look at this. Look at the last article. The clubs interested in the 5 sidelined players are expected to wait before making formal bids, hoping the price decreases the 1st of September, the deadline approaches. So they've been sitting there anyway, trying to be smart. Real Betis are trying to wait for Anthony. Barcelona was going to wait for Rashford, but they realized, look, Luis Diaz is a myth. Nico Williams, let me just go for him now. And then Sancho, his wage situation, and Garnacho. Chelsea's been waiting. So it's nothing to do with Amrin. That's on the 14th, bro. Look at the date at the bottom, 14th of July. And then Amrin came out in a press conference on the 25th and said, bro, so people think they can wait to the end and we're going to let them go on the cheap. You've gone mad. I'll keep them. More options. Everyone, it's World Cup. They got to play. He's letting them know, if you don't get a move, you're not going to play for me. You won't get in the World Cup because you're going to be sitting on the bench. And he's saying, you lot, look, Omar Barada and Wilcox have got a price for every player. If that number gets hit, you go. The only one I can see that gets forced out for something low is Sancho because his wages. Garnacho's on like 70k, max 50k or something. We don't care if he goes or not. That's minor to us. Sesko is quite similar to Haaland. We would let Garnacho go under 21 city offers. I would let him rot on the bench. He'll realise he messed up. Yeah, he would even be on the bench. Are you forgetting what he done to them at City? He's playing Liverpool and that. Man are not even on the bench. Man are reserves. See Wrexham making moves on the transfer. Can see them. Yeah, Wrexham's looking good, you know. I like them. I want them to do well as well. They got that guy, innit? Reynolds. Yeah, that rotation on the temperature is going to be mad. That's tough. Remember though, Mark B, yeah? Ahmad and then Bumo are going to AFCON. Remember that, guys. December, Ahmad and Bumo, Onana and Mazarawi are all going to AFCON. Remember that. I thought the Harry thing was done. Harry's looking at the wing. It's gone mad. Harry Maguire still looking at going to the wing. All now. This geezer, I thought that was done ages ago. I don't know where that comes from. That was a shock to me as well. Kolo Muani wants to go back to Juventus. Look, there we go. Look, plenty goals. Just said something again. Look. About Sancho. Let's go straight to the... Yeah. Dortmund are still working on a transfer for Jadon, Malik, Freedom, Sancho, and are exploring the possibility of a third return. Talks are ongoing. Kel did not deny Dortmund's interest in Sancho yesterday, speaking to Sky, said, we have various targets. We will still do something. We have few days left. Remember, the price has been dropped. We've dropped Sancho's price. Remember that, guys. It's like 17 million now. We don't even rate this geezer. We've dropped his price. Allow it. They're mocking troops. Yeah, we've dropped his price to like 17 million or something. Look. Dortmund currently debating whether to make an approach. Man United prepared to sell 17 million. We've dropped his price. It was 25 million. We're saying we need to get rid of him because his wages are so high. He needs to go. Garnacho, minor. Chelsea, what you're on? Nah, mate, he's not going nowhere. But Sancho, he's got mad wages that he needs to go. So Dortmund's backing for him. Third time. They don't want to let go of their ex-mate. They're on a different thing. Southampton are fools. Yeah, they went mad with that Tyler Diblin thing. Chelsea probably surprised us last minute. It was only 100 million for that guy because United and other teams exactly don't need him. Chelsea are mocking us, bro. They should just pay the money. Bruv, give us a 50 million. Madueke's 52 million. And Gittins, who scored 8 goals in the Bundesliga, was 52. Come on, bro. Still think United need to hire a striker coach. Yeah, it's true. We love United. We do. We love United. We do. Come on. Oh, God, we'll set back Onana's injury, ain't gonna lie. Onana's back, bro. Forget about it, guys. Onana's back. He's gonna start the first game of the season. It's a myth. Can we get Hayden Hackney? There's a report saying from Give Me Sport that Hayden Hackney, we might get involved and basically hijack it, but it's just one report. I like to go off more reports. If another report comes out from now till later on, I'll come on straight away and talk about it and whatever else is out there. I feel bad for Newcastle losing all top targets and losing their strikers. You feel bad for them? I don't. Safe. Chelsea, 40 million at least. I don't feel safe for Newcastle, man. Because they've been giving us this fake rivalry. This fake, where who's that team we call United? Every picture, every time they beat us. And you got to remember, that's the only team that slapped us over last season, you know. It was Newcastle. Everyone else that was top teams was always narrow. 1-0. But Newcastle, 4-1 us, 3-0 us. They slapped us. Chelsea, 40 million at least. Minimum. I thought it was Jacobs that said, yeah, I think it was Jacobs. That's what I'm saying. I tried to look for it, but he's got too much stuff, man. I can't be bothered. Premier League proven. Or maybe Sky. Sky said it as well. Leipzig, Rasmus, Rock. I think you need to be 18 before you're allowed to go on loan. Oh, he said you're mocking Højlund. You talking about Højlund or who you mocking? Talking about 18. I don't know if you're trolling or not. Are you mocking Højlund and saying that, or are you talking about one of the young boys? 17. England. Oh, you talking about Obi. You're talking about Obi, innit, Charlie? Must be talking about Obi. Man United will not be lowballed, like I said a week ago. If not prices met, they'll be allowed back in the team. Rasmus Højlund, see soon. Does anyone think that we will get the same positive results in the preseason if the gang of 5 were in the squad? I don't know, you know. I don't know, but obviously my man ain't got no. I just look. Rashford never used to press like that, innit? He used to play like he's doing us a favour. Anthony, yeah. Anthony presses. One thing about Anthony, he used to press and he used to work hard, but the ability just ain't there. That's all it is with Anthony. He'll score that little wonder goal where he cuts in sometimes, but apart from that, he's missing out like one-on-ones and all that. So I think Anthony would have worked. I don't know about Garnacho because he's a bit stingy. He don't pass to Dorgu as much. Look at the way Mount was passing to him every time. So I don't know about Garnacho, but Anthony, if he was there, 100%. Malacia, no way. Rashford's, he didn't used to feel it, man. He weren't pressing, innit? So I think Anthony's the only. That's Jomo. That's a good question, man. Good question, Jomo. Big up yourself, man. But I think Anthony. Yeah, who do you not think? I want to ask you this question, man. Does anyone think we would have been moving the same way? Anyone? You can see the system, innit? We're pressing, loads of passing, etc. Can anyone else see this with anyone else out of the freedom 5, and it'll be the same results? Can you not see any of them fitting the system? I think, let me show you that the freedom 5. I think Rashford never used to press, so I don't think it. I think he doesn't like him because of that. Garnacho, he just doesn't pass. He thinks he's Ronaldo. He'll be cutting in, shooting. He didn't pass to Dorgu for about 10 games. Sancho is just a myth. he could probably pass, but I don't think he presses like that. And then obviously, I think Anthony's the only one that would have fit the system properly. Garnacho maybe, but he shoots a lot and he just doesn't pass. You get it? But Anthony, 100%, I think he would be the one. Jomo, these fans think they can Deadwood need to go support the different club. Okay, all right, good question though, Domo. Big up yourself, Jomo, man. That was a good question. Okay, Metro, we'll revisit this on the 2nd of September. I guarantee will be lowballed. It will undermine his ego, authority, if you're reading to. Nah, bro, what you're saying is you can't say that, big man. You said, Carl, what's your name? Carl Jr., where is it? You said something different, big man. What did you say before? Did you say about Garnacho? You said this is on Amrin. How has this got to do with Amrin, bro? What are you talking about? How has this got to do with Amrin if on the 14th, look at the date, guys. Look at the date. On the 14th of July, Laurie Whitwell, who is the #1 journalist for Man United, came out and said, the clubs interested in the Freedom 5 sideline players are expected to wait before making formal bids, hoping the price decreases as the deadline approaches. Why is Chelsea not bidding right now for Garnacho? Why are they bidding at the end of the window? So obviously what Laurie Whitwell said is true. You get what I'm going to say to you? So I'm just trying to show you. This came out on the 14th of July. So obviously the #1 journalist of Man United is saying that's what clubs are doing. They're waiting for the end. Amrin's come out on the 25th. So a whole 10 days later and said, clubs that are waiting are going to have a surprise. Read it. Read the last article. They will have a last-minute surprise. Clubs that are waiting for the last minute, they'll have a surprise. I'm ready to receive the players, and that's more competition for me, more options, and they can fight for each other's World Cup year. They have to play. He's not going to play them. He might play them for Carabao Cup, but that's not enough for them to get in the World Cup. So he's just letting them know, bruv, you don't want to wait to the end and get it on the low. It's not going to happen. The only one, like I said, I think that will go is things. So you can't say this is on Amrin and then tell me that Chelsea might lowball us and we'll see. How does that? They don't correlate. Chelsea might lowball us, but that's negotiations. What's that got to do with Amrin? So I'm going to say to you, bro, that's got nothing to do with Amrin, bro. You obviously don't like Amrin, so you're just trying to, I get it, innit? Like, if you don't like him, it's cool, but you can't say something and correlate it, and it doesn't make sense. You're saying Amrin has said he wants them gone. Amrin said opposite. He said, I'll take them back. So we just deal with facts over it. You got opinions, which is cool, but most of it, if you're going to say something, it's got to be factual. What do you think? But yeah, let me go back to it quickly. They could lowball us. Chelsea are the best at selling players, and they always get deals. So they could lowball us, but that's got nothing to do with Amrin if they lowball us. Let me just make that clear. Lucky's going mad, decent, Hoyland, decent, but then he keeps saying Belgium Sesko. Belgium Sesko. What do you think about Donnarumma links? I showed you about Donnarumma links, and then I played you a video today, Ahmed. Obviously, you probably missed the video. Fabrizio came out last night. The last time Fabrizio spoke, he said Donnarumma is a myth. There's no links to him. But bare other reporters came out yesterday, and they were all saying Donnarumma. I don't know what's going on, bro. Loads of articles came out yesterday. Jan came out and said it. Who else said it? Sky Sports still saying Donnarumma. Still linked to Man United. Donnarumma. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. But Fabrizio was standing tall and saying, bruv, there's nothing in there with Man United and Donnarumma. There's nothing in there with Chelsea and Donnarumma. So I don't know. This is yesterday. He said, and what's crazy is Fabrizio came out first and shut it down. And then Jan said, no. There were some reports yesterday that this is a non-starter. That's not correct. The process is on. So he was standing tall. He's not having it. Shane Garnacho thinks he's Ronaldo. Yeah, man. That's killed him, man. His ego. Put Sesko on the list. We said this list. We're going to wait, man. Let's be humble. Let's be humble for now. Let's get Sesko through the door. We'll put him on the list. We still got other players that ain't on the list that actually rejected them. But we'll see. We'll see. But I just don't like the Newcastle because of the way they try and force this rivalry. Who's that team we call United and all of that. That's the only reason I don't really like them. But apart from that, it's crazy. Nothing to do with the ego. If price drops for the gang of five, is price of team will be. It's worth it in the end. Exactly. What's that got to do with Amrin? Love for that, Jomo. Obi Martin. Yeah, Charlie, I gathered it in the end. I think he can go on loan. I think he can go on loan still. 17. I think it's 17 or something. Is it 17? 40 million is the price of a hot dog these days. They need to get the wall out. Really, we should be getting 50 for Garnacho, bro. But 40 will take that. Like and subscribe, my peoples, man. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We're here every day. Hit the like button too. All my peoples, hit the like button. 100 of you lot in here. 130. Come on, man. Smash the likes, peoples, man. Let's get the algorithm going bananas. I'll keep Anthony if he can't be sold. Same. Only Anthony would press and do well with the team in pre-season. The rest are lazy and walk around. Yeah, man, I like Anthony. And I like the way Anthony conducted himself. He went out there, smashed it, and came back. Big up Anthony, man. I like Anthony. Even when he was scoring goals for Betis, I was celebrating. I was happy. Rest can do one. The rest can do one. I'll keep Anthony only. Yeah, watching Rashford at Barca friendlies, he's still lazy. I like Rashford. I think he's going to do well over there, but he just don't press how we want him to press from the front, basically. So that's why I think he's not matching the system. You're going to get found out at Barca again. It's nice to meet you on here, by the way. Carly, go sleep. Lucky's tapped. Rashford is done out here too lazy. Thinks he's bigger than he actually is. Another English guy. Barca not going to sign him permanent. I can see it. He really looked lazy yesterday. Right, so another person saying it now. Metric community, please like and subscribe. 83 likes and 133 watching. Come on. Man, I'm moving stingy to press a button. Just go on your phone and press the button. Easy, man. Easy. Come on, man. Bam, bam, bam. We make the algorithm go mad. I'm here for you like, every day, man. I game, I love for that, man. I appreciate it. 2 games lazy. Dorgu running the left flank. Hey, Dorgu's on a different thing. This is what I'm saying. And this is what I say to you lot all. Remember this, guys. When you want to be reactionary, let me show you lot. Take some time, please. Because Zirkzee came, he was trash the first 4 months. They were calling him everything. Clanky, he's too big, he looks like a bodybuilder. Bro, he was rubbish. January come, he changed it up. Give these people time, man. 1 season don't mean nothing. Give them time. Might be caught because pre-season he missed a lot of training though. Right, exactly. I watched him yesterday. Carl Jr. Why are you laughing at him? What happened? Fabrizio is also a human being. We have seen here we go from in regards moving his white. Spurs fell free. We need to believe Sky Sports now. It's true. Fabrizio has had a lot of here we go fells, you know. He's had a few. He's actually had a few here we go fells. Chelsea, RIP rip every. Yeah, they bump everyone. They're sick. Whoever they got in a negotiation team, they bump everyone. And they literally, they buy cheap and they sell everyone for mad price. I don't like Anthony because he said he could breathe while at United. He overcries, lousy guy. Over 2K subscribers now, though, Mitch. Big up. Come on, man. We got to 2K a few days ago. But we're going to the next one. Do you know what I mean? We're going to keep going. This is nothing. This is the beginning. I wouldn't mind at all if Anthony comes back during AFCON. Anthony can play his art. Yeah, it's true. We got Dallo as well. Remember that. They asked for your opinion. Rashford had okay match. He was Chelsea ripped everybody off. Talking about 80 million for Jackson. Exactly. 30 million for Garnacho. Chelsea's different, man. Chelsea's different. If they can Sesko without including I'll be good to get a goalkeeper, then wait for next summer for Belieber. That's what I think is going to happen, guys. Belieber's a next season one. Sancho can jog on his money like he's apparently, Sancho's talking about taking a wage cut now. He's talking about taking a 50% wage cut. So that's the situation with Sancho. Sancho's talking about taking a 50% wage cut now. Ah, bruv. Love it. What is this? Yeah, Sancho's talking about taking a 50% wage cut, apparently. So we'll see what happens with that, man. He needs to take a wage cut because he knows he's not going to leave. If Chelsea won't bid over 35 million and keep Garnacho. Yeah, Sancho's talking about taking a wage cut. I'm trying to get it for you lot to show you lot. I think I showed you lot yesterday. Didn't I show it to you lot yesterday? Chelsea are going to get Garnacho, but they're just going to try and bump us. They're going to try and scam us. Dorgu is naughty, man, strong, and he's running now more direct. Dorgu looks like a beast, bro. See, sometimes I'm watching Dorgu now. I'm saying, is that Ahmad? The way he's running past players as well. I'm like, is that Ahmad? I'm getting confused because I'm saying, this is what Ahmad used to do. Take him and on, speed. And I'm like, oh shit. So it's good to have two of them doing what they need to do, but we need another one. We need another right wing back as well. You know what I'm saying? Jarvie, Marcus Rashford, like that, taking shots in the box. I believe in Amrin. I believe Amrin is looking what type of person we're signing, all these less idiots. Yeah. Chelsea is like a recruitment company. Don't believe the Sancho wage cut story. He was at Chelsea and still paid. Yeah, it's true. And you know they offered him 200k, innit? They offered Sancho 200k and he said no. They offered Sancho 200k and he said no. How mad is that? Can't they just terminate Sancho contract even if they make it? Nah, we'll lose too much money. The amount of money we'll lose is crazy. We have to pay him off his wage, pay him off his contract. It's mad. I remember he needs to say something where we can probably do something like that. He needs to say he wants to leave or he's not happy or something. But we'll get rid of him, but we might just get bumped. Someone might come in for him in the end of the window. I keep showing you like the freedom fighters thing. So people are going to come in for them, but it might be late in the window. That's the thing. So we got to just be patient. That's why Amrin's saying, bruv, you don't want to wait to the end of the window. It's not going to change anything because we've got a price already, what we want. And no matter what, we're gonna exercise that. So who knows, man? We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know about this swapsy, you know, this swap deal. Not swapsy, this hijack about Hayden Hackney, you know. Everyone's talking about it. It's going mad now on everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. But I don't know, man. Gimme Sport's weird. They're on and off. Gimme Sport is really weird. Like, this is why it's just mannerism when it comes to Gimme Sport's weird, man. I want a better source to come out and say this. Oh my God, look at this. Let me share my screen with you, lot. This is going to be funny. Let me share my screen with you, lot. So you can see what's kind of it. Look, they don't want Garnacho. Chelsea fans, by the way, yeah? They don't want Garnacho. Chelsea fans, how do you feel about this one? Brilliant. Troll, I heard he's not a shoot. Score, bring goals. I'm going to crash out. They've been saying for the longest they don't want him. Unlike Sancho, at least it's not about the money. I really don't know. Is he good? Shit. They're kind of changing their tune because it's like they're just getting to terms with it now. But they've never wanted him. But I just hope we get rid of Garnacho as soon as possible. I keep telling you, look, the moment we get rid of Garnacho, we can start straight away. Oh my God, Juventus have called, yeah? So Juventus have left the race now for Sancho, it's looking like. Oh my days, blood. This is what always happens with the skeezer. Napoli came in, they ended up leaving. Who's the other geezer? Fenerbahce, Chelsea, everyone leaves. Refused to be led on to thin ice when asked about specifically about Sancho. He's not playing that game. He's constantly being linked with us. This is the sporting director for Dortmund. He says, Jadon is constantly being linked with us. I understand the desire. We're thinking about it within our possibilities. The conditions have to be right. We'll definitely do something, but we're limited. Sancho remains an internal topic and he would be willing to accept a pay cut, as reported. At Dortmund, they value Sancho's qualities, but also have reservations, given the prospect of a third attempt, the potential criticism of lacking creativity, and the fact that he had no future at either United or Chelsea. Man United would let Sancho go for around 20 million, which is about 17 million pounds. So, bruv, Juventus have Juventus, Man United will let him to over 20 million pounds. According to Sky sources, Juventus have recently called their interest. So that's another team out now. How can Fenerbahce, Chelsea, Napoli, and now Juventus all just say, nah, we're cool? Because man's wages and that, his demands are so crazy. This is the guy that I think, out of all of them, we need to get rid of him the most because of his wages. But to start a rebuild, we have to get rid of Garnacho the most to start a rebuild. That's the difference. To start the rebuild, we need to get rid of Garnacho the most and to think. Yes, you know, Ornstein basically said what Ben Jacobs said already. Ornstein said that the other day. 75 million guaranteed plus add-ons. That's what Ben Jacobs just came out and said. But the only thing different about what Ben Jacobs said was, let me show you lot. This is the only thing different, is that he's just making it known that we're basically top dogs in it. We're front runners. Yeah, look, 75 million plus add-ons. So it's the same thing, but we're front runners. That's what he's standing on after positive talks this week. So there's nothing really new on that side of things, but we're front runners, etc. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. When you're at Old Trafford, when you see Dorgues flat out, I think he'll be great. Season for us. Yeah, I'm shocked, so shocked. Calling for a character like Douglas Luiz come to United. We must find out why it didn't work at Juventus. He had a lot of injuries at Juventus. Douglas Luiz had injuries galore. If Sancho takes a wage cut, man, he's willing to cook. Go back to Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea want him anymore. They've already replaced him. They've gone for Gittins. I think Ahmad can do right wing back. He has less energy. Face it, gonna attack more, defend anyway. Do you not think, is it just me, yeah? But I actually think Ahmad plays better at right wing back than 10. When he plays in the 10, I don't know what's going on, man. I just don't think he's doing all that. Right wing back has got more space. I don't know, man. Is it just me that thinks that? We don't have time. Alejandro, decent winger, needs finishing project. And he needs to drop his ego. No background checks in the press for Sancho. Wonder why. Go on, Steph. Dortmund want Sancho again. That's their ex that they never want to let go of. They always backing for them. Will Sesko come United, really? Yeah, the Sesko thing heating up, man. This is what Sesko... obviously, you just saw what Ben Jacob just said, but he said this on the podcast. Favourites to sign Sesko is Man United, and a realistic chance that the deal gets done. Realistic chance. If Man United and Newcastle both match, so we both play 70 million and Leipzig accepts it, Sesko will pick Man United. And then Sportbild, who's a German outlet, came out and said Sesko is not convinced about Newcastle United. Man United will probably need to sell. They don't know what's going on with us. We all thought we need to sell players. Apparently we don't. So Sir Jim and that have been finessing all of us. They've been bumping all of us, telling us, yeah, we need to sell players, but we don't have to, apparently. So that's the situation with Sesko. Fabrizio came out last night and said, Man United have informed Leipzig that we're ready to send the bid. We're ready to bid. Newcastle told them they're going to bid last week. Sesko ain't gave them the heads up yet. He ain't gave them the thumbs up. We're ready to bid from yesterday. Sesko is very excited and he's open to joining us. And this is the #1 journalist for Newcastle, Craig Hope. And he says Newcastle's top striker target, Benjamin Sesko, prefers a move to Manchester United. The Magpies are now exploring Strand Larson or Ollie Watkins. They've changed their targets. And I've showed you lot, their other journalists, this is their #1. Then they've got the MSI Douglas, and he's putting out briefs now to say that they're having reservations about what's his name? About Sesko. Now the geezer's trying to put out they're having reservations about Sesko. So you know what they're trying to do, innit? They know that they're going to miss out on him, and then they're just trying to put out briefs to basically say that we don't really want him anyway, type of thing. Like, and they're not even falling for it themselves. Idiots. This is what they do every single time. Every single time they miss out on a player, they go and say something. Let me show you something that's very funny. Look, because this is, like I just said, didn't it? They're talking about reservations with Sesko now. Yeah, let me show you something right now. Look at this. This is when they missed out on Cunha and Mbeumo. Look at this. This is Luke Edwards. He used to be a journalist, but these days he's nothing more than a mouthpiece for a project, blah, blah, blah. What's this? Look at this. They missed out on Mbeumo. And look, this is what he's saying. I don't know which one to start from. It says at top, but I don't know what he's talking about. Which one does it say? Yeah, look. Another Newcastle target appears to be going elsewhere, but if the player wants to go to Man United, there isn't much point pursuing it any further. He's too far in the summer to stress. So he's already like, you're a journalist, but you're showing how passionate you are. You don't see journalists go that mad. If you're a Manchester journalist, ain't going to be talking about his opinion. But yeah, cool. He's meant to be a journalist. This guy is terrible, by the way. As of now, Bruno Fernandes has rejected a 100 million move to Saudi Arabia. He does beg to question how the name of PSR and Man United are affording this. So he hates Man United, as you can tell. Confirmed by multiple sources this evening, Newcastle were never seriously in for Cunha. And Mbeumo was recruitment team's top target for right wing, but wage demands combined with Brentford asking price put Newcastle off before player its preference was Man United. There are a number of different options in play, lots more to follow. This guy talks shit. Why are Man United fans so upset about this? He wants to join them. They're eventually going to play asking price of close to 65 million and match his wage demands of 250k. We never paid him 250k. This guy's meant to be a journalist and he gets everything wrong. Everything wrong all the time. All he does is get things wrong. He's got so much things wrong that it's laughable. The geezer said they're back in for James Trafford and then they got rejected straight away. Let me type it in. He said they're back in for James Trafford and then literally like 10 minutes later, someone said, Fabrizio said, here we go. He's an idiot. It's not even here. It's not coming up, man. But yeah, forget this geezer. But this is my point anyway about Newcastle journalists. This is what they do. Anytime they see something, they just turn around and they talk about iPaper. They try and brief straight away. Is it iPaper Sport? Where does that guy work, that MSI guy? Where does this geezer work? Man's talking about Sesko. They're not really rating him no more. Is it Iron News? Oh, it's the Iron News. Yeah, so this is what they do anyway. So take it with a pinch of salt, man. Every time, man. Newcastle, they just pay their guys straight away. Yo, go spin the story. But they're starting to realize now that it's a myth. Even they're starting to realize that, yo, it doesn't even matter. But that's what they do. Look at that. Newcastle are understood to have reservations about Benjamin Sesko. Why is that being said now? Why is that being said? Because, but this is why I like Chris Hope. And I told you a lot about Chris Hope, Craig Hope. Why he's the #1 Newcastle journalist. Because he just puts it as it is. Bruv, he prefers Man United. Simple as that. He breaks the news and just puts it how it is. The only thing about Sancho was good for getting on Google Box. Different. That's funny. So we need a plan for AFCON. You know what it is, yeah? I would say that, but you got to remember, right wing back, we could play Dallo, and Dorgu could play there as well. Mazarawi's going to leave too, but we got bare centre backs. We got loads of centre backs. That's not the worst. In the 10 and Bumo's position, this is where we need Mason Mount and then man to step in. Mason Mount, Mainu. Who else can play as a 10? Zirkzee. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruno can go up there as well. So the man them can step in, man. So I don't think we take a big L like that still. It's just about what Mbeumo's going to be doing. If Mbeumo comes out, he gets bare assists and he's helping Sesko score and all this stuff, or he's scoring goals and bailing us out, that's when it will make sense. Ahmad was made for the wing back, too small for 10. Yeah, I don't think he's doing good in 10, man. And yes, look, Messi little but built different. Ahmad is tiny. Kevin Keegan is Luke Edwards built. Yeah, trust me. That Luke Edward is terrible. But yeah, man, so that's more or less it, man. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what comes out today, but still a better wing back. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they've gone to Strand Larson and Ollie Watkins. Where their preferred targets now, as you saw from Ben Jacobs, he's our preferred target. We're favourites now. Fabrizio don't want to put that out there because Fabrizio is letting us know, remember guys, this is the only obstacle. He keeps letting us know Newcastle are ready to pay whatever Leipzig wants. They're ready to, and going off what my man just said, look at that. Look at the irony. What that Luke Edwards just said. You lot are ready to pay them what they want and pay Mbeumo $250 a week. And look at this. This is how you know they're just idiots. Newcastle are ready to pay them what they want. They're ready to pay what wages they want. They're ready to pay Sesko's agents whatever they want. So remember, guys, this is the only obstacle in this. Remember that. So this is what Fabrizio's not really coming out and saying we're favourites or nothing, but Ben Jacobs is. He's saying Man United are favourites to sign Sesko. If he's going to pick Man United if he has the chance. Leipzig, German outlets are saying that he doesn't want to go Newcastle. Leipzig journalists are saying that he doesn't want to go Newcastle. He prefers Man United. He said this on the 27th, bro, before anything was even heated. So this has been going on. The Belieber stuff is probably a next year stuff. Don't let no one gas you lot to thinking that we're going to sign Belieber now. Unless we sell someone like Garnacho and then we get the pure profit money now, then maybe. But for now, it's not happening. Casemiro leaves next season on a free and then we can get someone like Belieber. That's that. Relegation FC, blah, blah, blah. So that's the situation, guys. Man, I'll be back on later. Love to everyone that's been in the chat. Love to everyone that's been inside. Make sure you all hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you lot in a bit. Everyone, a great day. Peace.
Got some more celebs, pull up local. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. But for now, preserve the beat, I'm more